Keeper!
Today we're going to explain
The Forkle Theory!
We all know who Forkle is.
And if you don't, you haven't even read, the first chapter? Go! Read it. Yeah. So, we all know that Farkle is Sophie's neighbor. First book. And then she finds out she's an elf. But then we find out that Farkle created her. And then he dies. And then we find out he has a twin. And then we find out that he's so many people. And we find out who he is, Magne Leto and Sir Austin.
Okay. But who exactly is Forkle? And that's how the Forkle Theory began! So it all started with, what if Forkle was Fitz?
But have we actually seen Farkle and Fitz in the same room?
No, we haven't because of the book.
Oh. Yeah.
So they've never seen him.
But then Fitz got jealous because Keith started getting the girl. And you know what? Farkle has that hugest crush on Sophie. And so he decided, I'm going to travel back in time and create a character who can be angry at Keith.
Because Fitz is his best friend, so he can't be angry at his best friend or else the friendship would end.
But then he starts getting too angry at that boy.
And so, once he'd gotten too angry, he looked back and realized, man, I was too angry. So, he created a time machine with his technopath skills. And then he traveled back in time to make sure that Grady didn't get too angry.
And that's where Adeline comes in.
But then, after Adeline, he was still jealous that Keith was getting the girl.
So, he went back in time with the time machine that he created with his technopath skills and created a character that looks exactly
like Keith, so that he could impersonate Keith and get the girl himself. But over time, he realized
he is Keith.
And Keith never existed in the first place. So what if everyone
was Farkle?
What?
But everyone can't be Farkle, because, I'm not Farkle. Or am I?
So, this is how the Forkle Theory all works.
So, this is how it all worked out. Whoa! We're in sync.
We're in the sink?
Not literally.
So it all began in Forkle's childhood, where he was super, super lonely. And so he needed a friend. So he noticed that his next door neighbor was the same age as him. So he decided to eat these berries called whortleberries that he found in his backyard.
Wait, so Farkle's actually a 5-year-old, but he ate all these berries that made him, really old and fat?
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
I don't know why he thought that was attractive, but...
Okay, but how does that lead to him becoming elves?
Okay, so it was a little bit later when he discovered that he's really good at genetics. So he took his own genetics and he made himself super cool. He got himself technopath abilities where he would create things. He gave himself telepath abilities so he could read other people's minds and see what they thought of him.
That's pretty cool.
I know, right? And he did so many abilities. It was just a lot of them. And then he didn't want to be alone in his amazingness because that was his original problem. He was alone. So, he noticed his next door neighbor was the same age.
They were 5, and he knocked her out and changed her genetics as the doctor in the hospital. And then he noticed that she started thinking he was kind of crazy, because he is, but that's another story. And
so he created another identity with the name of Fitz when she was older, like 12 years old. And so, sorry, it's just reminding me, it's football time. Okay, so when Sophie was 5 years old, when she was 12 years old, he created an identity named Fitz.
And he kidnapped her?
Well, not exactly. First of all, he created all of these places. Or he sunk Atlantis, which was originally an elven city.
Using his time machine.
Yes.
So Atlantis, an old city, disappeared.
Yes. And he erased everyone's minds because he has all the abilities and he's a watcher as well. So, when Sophie went to Lost Cities with Fitz, he was just trying to get the girl because he was still lonely and he needed somebody to confide in. So he got Sophie and he teleported her to the Lost Cities with everything the elves use is with his technopath abilities.
And then he introduced her to all his other elven identities.
Yes. Using his time machine, he made all of these different identities because she wouldn't want to stick around with one person and be lonely with him. So he created all of these identities, sent them back in time, and the timeline is just a lot of identities. And that's why they're all different ages as well.
And that's why they never die.
Yes, because its time is everlasting.
For him, because of his time machine.
Yes, exactly. So, he created all of her friends and family because he figured she has to fall in love with at least one of them. So really, elves don't exist. It's just all Forkle. Because he's trying to get the girl still.
But what about the never seen?
Okay, that's him as well. Because, first of all, in the first book, when they kidnapped her, they were just trying to get information out of her.
But then he saves her.
Exactly. He's her savior so that he could
Then she'll
get
start
the girl
falling in love with him.
Exactly.
Because he saves her.
Exactly.
And he also traps one of his other selves in there, just in case he can't save him.
And this is why Sophie never actually died. She has all of these near-death experiences because Forkle's never trying to kill her.
He's just trying to save her.
Exactly.
Wait. Why does everyone have blue eyes?
Because Forkle originally had blue eyes. Sophie is not the only one with a change of eye color. It's only because
he never found out how to change the eye color.
The concoctions never
sense.
worked. They just changed his shade slightly, but they never actually changed them to green or anything. The closest he got was teal.
Which just so happened to be her favorite color.
Exactly.
But wait! What happens if
she finds out?
Yeah, what if Sylvanie finds out and tells Sophie?
Well, in the ending of the books, the part of the theory is the end because it hasn't happened yet. So, in the theory, Sophie finds out or just realizes something about the Forkle Theory and that she's not actually in love with any elves. It's because it's all Forkle. And so she runs away to join humans again because she wants to get away from Forkle because he's creepy. And so we all know that in book 6, Forkle dies. And all of the deaths prior to that was just... is
Wait,
wrong?
no.
Okay.
He doesn't.
Yes, exactly. Well, that's some of his identities, but
yes.
die in book 6 because the deaths prior to actually him dying were just fake deaths. Like nobody actually saw Jolie die. I mean, wait, he saw himself die, but it wasn't death. He just faked a story of one of his identities dying. He also, nobody saw Kenneth die except orally, which is Forkle, so we could easily lie about that.
But what happens if the original Forkle dies?
Well, he does in book 5. And so the original Forkle dies in book 5. But that's a future version of himself. That's not all of his past versions. So Sophie realizes that everyone's Forkle. And so she goes off to join the humans. And to be in her life still as the Forkle she knew, he created a twin, which was actually still him, but he liked the look of the old man for some reason. But yeah, she finds out. And then since one Forkle dies,
All the other Forkles start slowly dying?
exactly, they all start fading away. So when she goes and joins a human, probably Garwin Chang,
I ship it.
same. Okay, so Forkle knows that, well, before Sophie leaves, Forkle knows that he's already dead, essentially. So it doesn't matter if his other identities die. That's why you see members of the Never Seen die, like you see them die, and that's why you can now see people dying because Forkle isn't afraid to die anymore because he's already essentially dead. And so one day, the end of the Forkle Theory, all of the Forkles are gone because time has run out. And so Sophie wants to go back to apologize, but they're all gone.
This has been the Forkle Theory.